afternoon, everyone. Awesome. If you're just joining us this afternoon, here at Center Stage, the 2017 Provincial Skills Canada competition, we've got a treat for you. This afternoon, we have Leanne, Jefferies, and Cecile Bukmeier, one of our Skills Canada Alberta Alumni of the Year and one of Canada's best car painters, here to talk to you guys about the collision repair industry. So let's give it up for Leanne and Cecile.
Thank you very much. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm going to talk just for a few minutes about the collision repair industry. Unfortunately, in life, accidents happen. And when it does happen in a vehicle, the collision repair industry is who does the repairs to make sure your vehicles look great and that you're safe. In Canada, there's a lot of cars on the road, and we repair over $3 billion worth of collision repairs each year, making sure that you're on the road, that you're safe, that your vehicle looks beautiful, and that in the long term, all of those safety features continue to work. Cars have changed a lot. You've probably heard a lot about electric vehicles, Tesla. If you think back many years ago, cars were a lot less advanced than they are now. Today, there's over 23 million cars on the road, and the manufacturers keep making things fancier, adding features, and changing the vehicles. The technology in the cars today is unbelievable. If you think about the connected car, and the fact that you can make phone calls, all the infotainment, the electric vehicles, and then of course, cars are a lot lighter than they used to be, and now they're made out of aluminum and hybrid materials. So what does this mean for you in the collision repair industry? Well, when you have an accident, it needs to be repaired by technicians that understand your vehicle. There's electronics and computerization. It requires specialized repair skills. And there's a lot of exciting career opportunities. Automotive is high tech, and there are wonderful opportunities available for both women and for men. And I know Cecile is going to talk to you about her journey. She's done amazing things, and I won't steal your thunder, but next up we're going to listen to a video about Cecile's journey, and then she's going to talk to you a little bit more about that. You can run the video.
So I guess we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with the video. So I'll just start talking, and maybe we'll get the video at the end. Anyway, so I'm Cecile Bukmeier. I've been in the auto body trade for about 9 years now. When I first started in the trade, there was very little females in the shops. Very little females in my classroom as well. So I started in high school through the registered apprenticeship program. And what they did was they let me start to gain some hours toward my apprenticeship while I was still in high school. So I started working at a shop. They were not happy to have a female there. When my boss showed me around the shop, he explained to me that I would be responsible for cleaning up, taking out parts, sweeping the floors, and maybe I would move up into reception. I did not want to go in reception. So I decided I was going to stick it out, and I was going to prove to them that I wanted to be there, and I could learn, and I could do it good. So I stayed there, and I swept many, many floors. I took out thousands of hoods, thousands of fenders, too many parts to count. However, every time I asked anybody in the shop, can you show me something? Can you teach me how to sand? What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I don't have time for you. Or they were always too busy. Nobody ever helped me out. I started to feel very little, discouraged, like why can't I work on the cars? What's wrong with me? So I decided to leave that shop. They didn't end up getting me registered as an apprentice because they had high hopes for me in reception. So instead of going to an apprenticeship program where you need to be a registered apprentice to attend school, I took Nate's pre-employment auto body program, which is a combination of first year and third year. And you don't have to be a registered apprentice to take it. Perfect. I would totally, if I go to this course, I would have a good understanding of what the trade was like. If I wanted to stay in it, it would just give me a good basis. Also, I would write off my first year of technical training. I would be a first-year apprentice when I got into the shop. So I went for it. It was a 12-week program and 1 month in the shop just as work experience, working for free. I passed, I excelled. I learned that I loved to work on cars. I wanted to become good at it. I wanted to put those awesome paint jobs. I wanted me to be the one doing that. So I continued on my apprenticeship. I ended up finding employment at a very small shop, a shop that was willing to let me make mistakes, willing to help me out along the way. And I basically showed up there, and he was like, here's your tools. Here's what I want you to do. Have at her. I made a lot of mistakes. It was not perfect. The first year of me working there, I think every second day I thought I was going to get fired. But he never gave up on me, and I kept trying. Every time I made a mistake, I made certain I did not make that mistake again. I kept getting better and better, and I decided to go back to school for my second year of apprenticeship training. During my training, I did very, very well. I excelled, and I was invited to compete at the Skills Canada car painting event in 2013. I knew very little about the event, but I was excited to go and showcase myself, to show everybody that I could do this. So I came to the event. Everybody I was against was male. I'm sure that they may not have expected much from me, but I ended up winning provincially. So I got to represent Alberta in the national competition in Vancouver, BC. There was 12 competitors. 7 competitors that I was directly competing with, all of those were males. I ended up winning again, nationally. So that kind of showed all those guys that I could do it. It also showed my previous employers, people who told me I couldn't do it. It showed them that I could, and I could be good at it. Do you have that clicker? Okay, probably at the end. So after competing and winning, I came back ready for whatever. I was totally ready to paint, ready to work on cars. I decided that I would stop my apprenticeship at the refinishing, so I got my journeyman refinishing technician, and I was just a car painter for a couple of years. I got to do some awesome work on older vehicles and motorcycles, and I started to work more with metal. So in auto body, there's 4 streams of training. In the first year, you learn mostly prepping, how to prepare the vehicle for paint, maybe a little bit of minor damage, feather edging out scratches. In the second year, they focus on painting the cars, returning it to the factory look. In the third year, they work on non-structural damage, so a lot of metal work. And in the fourth year, it's structural repairs, so it's the frames, suspension, steering, all of that sort of stuff. So since I started working on metal, I decided I should go back and I should become a full technician. I should do that. There's not a lot of females that have gone all 4 years. I should do that, and I should become a full technician, and maybe I'll start doing metal work. Maybe I'll start building panels. Who knows? So I went back. I went back for my final 2 years. I did very well. I started to work on motorcycles, cars. I started to do custom painting. I really enjoyed custom painting. And I became really good at it. I became very comfortable, and people in the trade started knowing who I was, and they started knowing that I knew what I was doing. And I think that when I came back, after I competed in skills, it made such a big impact on me. It helped me so much in my career that I wanted to help future generations, younger people than me. I wanted to help them, experience what I did, because it was such a valuable experience and it brought me so much higher. So I decided to come back and join the car painting committee to help organize and judge the event. The second year after I was on the committee, I became chair of the committee, where we moved the provincial competition from Nate on site, actually just in Hall C, Trade 36. We got a portable spray booth, and we moved it on site. I also joined the national committee. So nationally, I travel with Team Alberta, and I set up at the national event, the car painting event, and I help the Alberta competitors along the way. I started to really enjoy that. I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than painting. And I got this opportunity to start teaching. So last year, I guess September it would be, I got kind of an email saying, you should apply to be an auto body instructor. Would anybody take me seriously? Okay, well, first off, do I take myself seriously? Yes, I do. Do I think that I do good work? Yes, I do. Okay, do I like helping people? Yes, I do. So I applied. Why not? What do I have to lose? I ended up getting the position at Nate as an auto body instructor. I now instruct first and second year technicians who are just entering the field. Females who are just entering the field now have an instructor that they can kind of relate to and ask questions about the trade, about my experience in the trade, and I can relate to them a little bit better. I can also relate to the young males in the trade. Me being young, I get where the trade is going, whereas as the trade is evolving, it's becoming more and more specific, and you kind of have to take some of what you learn and throw it out the window and put in new information. And me being as young as I am, all of that new information is already embedded into me. So I have kind of that way to relate to the younger people. I find it challenging every day. I'm still new. I'm still in my first year of instructing, but I'm getting more comfortable. I think that I'm making a bigger impact on apprentices in the trade, and I hope to continue. And I hope that I inspire young females and young males to enter a non-traditional workplace and show them what you got. Show them that you can do it. And you can do it well. In 2015, I won the Skills Canada Alumni of the Year for all of my extra help, just helping out the competition, taking on extra work just to help with everything. I also won the Edmontonians magazine top 20 under 30 award for my work in the trades and my help for females to get into it. Again, I love this trade, and I love being inclusive for everybody, and not only in this trade, but in all the other trades. So I think we're going to play the video first, and then we're going to do a little activity, color match activity. Do we have the video? Okay. I always wanted to work with my hands. I kind of tinkered with cars and stuff in my dad's garage. As I was a female trying to get into a male-dominated trade, it was a little bit difficult. The first shop that I ever went to, my manager actually told me that he didn't expect very much from me in the back, that I could clean the floors and take out parts. The second shop I went to, they did show me a little bit of prepping, but not as much. The third and number 3, I went in, I was 18 years old. I said, all I want to do is work on cars. Please give me a shot. And he said, okay, pack up your stuff, get in the back, let's go. He gave me the shot. He let me make all the mistakes that I made, and I made a lot. And he just said, you'll learn from your mistakes. And I really did. All you really need is one person to give you a chance. And that took me to skills, and that made me win provincials, and it made me win nationals. I really surprised myself in the competition. I walked in there, just looking for an experience, just meet new people. And when I got called to the podium, my heart just kind of stopped. Is this real? Is that my name up there? All my teammates were all yelling, go, go, go. I just remember looking out into the crowd, everybody, and just a big smile on my face. I did this.
She's a really good person all around. She knows what she's doing. And yeah, I get to tell people, hey, I got Canada's best painter here.
I definitely think that there is a benefit for other girls to see me in the trade and excel in the trade like I am. Because it gives them hope, and it shows girls that they can do it too. Everybody should have an equal shot. I mean, regardless if you're a boy or if you're a girl, get that one person to give you that shot, and you take it. Hello? Hello? Am I on? Okay, so we're gonna do a little activity up here. So the first thing that customers see when they get their vehicle is the paint. Unfortunately, if you do not match the paint to the rest of the vehicle, that's the first thing they're gonna notice, and they're not gonna wanna take their car. It doesn't matter how beautiful that bodywork turned out, if it's not the same color, they're not gonna be happy. So I've got 2 hoods up here. They're pretty ordinary. I mean, it's a little custom, but you'll be matching the red and the blue. Can I have maybe 6 volunteers? You, 2, you, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so me and Leanne will hold up the different variant decks. You guys out there will be able to tell as well. Maybe not as close as these guys. But we do have a sun gun up here. Can you guys guess what the best light to evaluate color is? Sunlight. Sunlight. Natural daylight. Unfortunately, that's not always possible. Rainy days, in the shop, whatever. They came up with this awesome sun gun. So this kind of replicates the light that the sun produces. So we're gonna evaluate these hoods with this light and the color. You guys will be able to see, these guys will be able to see better, okay? So maybe I'll get you to stand here and just hold up like the colors. Yeah. So maybe, and just kind of align. So I just had a question. He asked, do I have to do this every time? Yes. Every time I paint a vehicle, I have to find the paint code and I have to match it. Sometimes there's more than 10 variants to one color. So that's where color vision is very, very important.
You want to try to see?
Yeah, there it is. I want to see.
So, since you guys got it all right, I believe that there is a little bit of skills swag off to the side here. Yeah, for you guys. Thank you guys for participating. Oh, super. So for those of you who couldn't see, they chose the C for the blue hood. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but it's the right one. And then they chose A for the red hood, which is there. It's the right one. Thank you very much. If you guys want to know more about the trade or want to see some of the car painters in action, we're at Trade 36 in Hall C. You'll see the big spray booth. The competitors will be spraying today. So please come check us out. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give a big hand for Cecile and Leanne. Make sure you guys go and check out their booth later on today. Coming up next in a few minutes, we have Jarvis Greiner, who was a good old Edmonton boy, went to school, film school in Los Angeles, and is now working on a movie in Red Deer. So if you want to see Filmmaking 101, stick around. That's coming up next.